Hello, this is Patrick. I put up a interesting video. I'll work on it. It was pulled CNN, same difference. YouTube took it down. I guess I was comparing uh, uh, Trump with High Noon. All right, I was using metaphors. I was using the Grail King and the resurrection of the goddess we're coming up to. Okay, so I want to see now. They claimed Paramount did it, all right? Because, whatever. Let's find out the real reason they pulled it, all right? Because it's really like a review. I took a couple clips from the movie, all right? And then I made a couple comments. And, well, maybe not a couple comments. It went on for 40 minutes. But most of it is done within 30 minutes. So, did they pull it because of the thumbnail had a picture from the movie? This is what they claim. No, that is not the reason. Half of 5% reason. Because I use clips throughout. I had several clips. That's 15, 10%, 10%. No, that was not the reason they pulled it. Did they pull it because I included High Noon in the title with just High Noon in the title? No. Because I had the music. I did have a music. I just took a portion of it, a little piece of a track. Now that's getting up to 20%. I compared Donald Trump to Gary Cooper is the reason as the Grill King. 95%. 95%. What do they... What's wrong with these people? I get 100 people view. I get 10 likes. They have time to monitor me? It's like these guys don't have anything to do. Anyway, so I'll have to think about this. Maybe retitle it. I already changed out the thumbnail. I might take the music down. You know, I had a little, like, 10 seconds of music from the movie. Maybe I'll take that out, and we'll see what we can do. But that I just dowse it. The reason they told me it's no longer there is not the reason. The reason is in the title I compared Donald Trump to Gary Cooper at High Noon, and they didn't like that. You know, they didn't want me to add that metaphor of a cowboy sheriff is in town to straighten things up a little bit. Anyway, that's kind of funny. The other thing that was interesting this week, I had a few things. I always look at nature and my dreams as kind of the same thing. That's something I've always done. It's a little bit different than most people. You have to play with your dreams. Use dowsing to help you interpret your dreams. You know, you say, am I looking at this correctly? It'll say, whatever. Sometimes the dreams are double-edged. So I had so many dreams. Anyway, I had yesterday, the day before, about 2 days ago, out this window, I heard the turkeys. We have lots of wild turkeys here, and I looked out the window, and about down the hill, about 40 or 60 feet, there's a goggle of turkeys, and they were being attacked by a young bald eagle swooping through. He was coming down. You should have seen it, and they were just gobbling, spreading out through the bush, and that was interesting. It was really a scene, and the turkeys are they're significant. They know what they're doing. They were able to avoid being killed by the eagle, and they were darting. You know how turkeys, they kind of got to go, and they'll take a hard left or a hard right. They'll go through the thicket, where the bald eagle couldn't get. But the bald eagle just came down. He just kept swaying down in and out of the trees. He came back, and he was pretty relentless. And then the other one was right next to that spot, about 40 feet over. Last week, a full buck, a beautiful buck with the rack horns, was killed by a mountain lion, and I didn't even hear it. I just saw it the next day. Taking Max out into the woods, I noticed a lot of bird activity, over a certain spot, and I went over there through the thicket, and there's a poor guy. He was there, and it took probably 6 days for them to clean it all out, and now I just have a skeleton and all a rack. So the wildlife is really interesting. And then anyway, I'm sorry about the video. I thought it was kind of neat. I had fun doing it, and I'll attempt to clean it up. And if YouTube won't take it because of the title, because I'm comparing Donald Trump to Gary Cooper. Gary Cooper is like really skinny, and he was a real cowboy, which is interesting. He came from a real cowboy background, and he did those movies. I thought it was a very good comparison, and I had a reason for it, because the energy and frequency of our time and in what's in that movie, it's very similar in how it plays out. And the movie is a very high movie. As movies go, anything above 5 and above is really high for a Hollywood movie. And everything produced in the last year has been like really satanic. Just that's what it is. And they're very sophisticated with their black magic. They're really sophisticated with their technology when they're cutting these things. And